College Football. I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So South Carolina's offense is on the field for the first time today. The Tigers pulled out a close one the last time they saw their Palmetto State rivals.
And Clemson, they were sleepwalking early in that game. They know when they play South Carolina, they're going to get their A-plus effort. They're going to have to take some haymakers, and they got to wake up in this one, David.
I think it's tough late in the season, regardless when you play. The rivalry is deep. The hatred is deep. Even when seasons are out of touch for South Carolina, they can put an exclamation point by beating Clemson at the end of the year.
They'll run it from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. Here's the pressure. Across the 25, he's got room. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. The Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. On the option, he'll pull it on the read. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And the Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. Here's the handoff. Shakes off the defender. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Trying to impose their will with the run. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, and they knocked that defense back, and they got it down to the 34.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Gamecocks line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So Clemson's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think...
Intercepted in the first drive into the pick. Going the other way, and he's got room.
Now, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up, but he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
And the Gamecocks have it with a first and goal. He's looking to throw. Under fire. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Offensively, that is not ideal. That is not what you want. But you know what? Now you got a little bit more space. It's harder the closer you get in tight to the end zone. So now you got a little bit more space. Maybe you can make those throws out on the outside, spread them out a little bit, and throw the football.
And it's picked off at the goal line. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Clemson. This defense making a big play, putting it in the end zone.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fellow there. And David, it's funny, I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Fires to the big fella. Crosses the 30. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. That's a way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. To the ground with the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Goes to the option. He'll do it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. The Gamecocks send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Might be changing the route. Off play action on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The game, originally held during the State Fair in Columbia as Big Thursday, was officially named the Palmetto Bowl in 2014. A trophy came a year later, replacing the old Hardee's Bowl trophy.
Very apropos. A silver palm tree for the Palmetto Bowl. That makes sense, David. This is the biggest sporting event in the state of South Carolina. I know this is a game that you and I have really enjoyed watching over the years.
I mean, so much fun, and the definition, Jesse, of hate all throughout the state, and bragging rights to whoever wins this football game and gets that trophy.
Wants to throw. It's Gage. He'll take the deep shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Cradles it at the 35. He's brought down, but there's also a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Motion from the wideout. Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And they're not on the same page there.
How nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Tosses it incomplete.
It's so nice when you know it's third ball, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've really sputtered out of the gate, turned it over, punted the last time they had it. We'll see if the 3rd possession is the charm. They'll move the tight end. Handoff to the lone back. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Quarterback making checks. The play action fake. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And he makes the catch at the 25. And that's where he'll go down. An explosive play moves the sticks. This offense capable of exploding at any moment. Now they're set up inside the 30 with a 1st and 10. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Scanning the field, it's Gage. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Under fire. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short. They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. It's complete. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Tigers. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. It didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on MK if they can stop him on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. So important to convert these 3rd downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42. Wide receiver going in motion. And some room to work. Breaks into the open. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. And the Gamecocks are on the move. QB draw. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. The Gamecocks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Leaves it with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's get...
Throws toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And this one is perfect. Now the lead is down to 11.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Wants to adjust the pattern. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's going to let it go. And this will be caught at the 30. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains. After ripping off a big chunk of yardage, you figure they're going to go right back after him. First and 10 from the 31. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. This rivalry dates back to 1896. It's been a little bizarre with the chicken curse, and it's a bit unusual, too, because the state school, South Carolina, isn't the perennial football power.
No, but it's kind of had its ebbs and flows a little bit back and forth. Some great coaches on both sides, but the in-state hate is beautiful.
There's a lot of great rivalries.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. It's a fake. He's looking to throw. And they're not going to pick up the first down on the fake field goal. You want to be bold and daring, but sometimes you got to know when to just take the 3. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Firing deep. Got it in stride inside the 20. Touchdown Gamecocks. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. Back to pass, it's Gage. He rifles one deep down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And as an offense, you want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that one, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots, you soften up the coverage, you get those safeties playing deep. That's going to open up your running game later on.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, the Palm Tree Trophy on the line, and already Clemson and South Carolina have given us some stirring moments. And this second half will likely come down to which offense can figure something, anything out. Take some chances, get creative. Both offensive coordinators had full heads of hair at the start of this game, but right now, they look like cue balls after one frustrating first half. With that, let's send it back to the guys to see how the battle between South Carolina and Clemson plays out.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on fourth down. They drag him down, but not before he picks up a Clemson first down.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, fourth down, in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. And the Tigers can really attack on this second and short. Unloads it downfield. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me,
Hauls it in the first down and more. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Tigers are marching down the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first inside the 37.
that's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up for the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved the touchdown.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
He's got the tight end. Needed one more turn of the legs to get it in there, and he's denied just inches away from the touchdown. Now on second and goal. Using the quick game. To the house. Touchdown, Tigers. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Here's a heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
see, and it seems like every year they rotate so many guys that are so highly recruited, so good. Just great players. They're always big and strong and fast and physical, and they get after your quarterback.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the grab. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And the Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Looks it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield. He turns like that or why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to throw, it's Gage. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
The offense changing the play. They'll run play action. Fires to the right. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Quarterback on the keeper. Got the first down and more. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. The Gamecocks come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. On the option. There he goes.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there, stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. And the missed connection on 3rd down. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. Big kick here can claw them ever so closer to that lead, and the crowd trying to rattle this guy. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. Here's the return from inside his 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
Got to make
defense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
A strike downfield. Touchdown, Clemson. And they take it in for 6 more points.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots and count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when the plays present themselves, you just simply got to make it.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, looking to pass. Stands in and takes the hit. And it's batted away, and the 4th down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And got some room in at the goal line. Touchdown, Tiger. And the punishment has been extended. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
He'll keep it himself. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. And the Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Wants to throw again. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. No, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, trailing this much in the 4th quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Makes the grab. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. The Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. To the air on 1st down. The metrics tell you so often. Go ahead. Wide open. He makes the catch. Touchdown, South Carolina. A great catch and run for 6. Here Here comes the two-point try.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Looking for a man. It's Gage. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Gets it out fast. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Tigers with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got an open man. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Let's see what Clemson comes up with on 1st and goal. He's looking to pass. Let's it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. The Tigers putting down a big paw print right now as they start to pull away from the Gamecocks.
And I think you kind of get this here we go again feeling. Clemson had the upper hand in this series for a while now. Clemson always talked about, always loved. South Carolina's got to answer.
I feel like Clemson's been winning on the recruiting trail between these two teams in the last several years now, and I think that's really starting to show itself on the field today.
They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Going right to work up top. Oh, they're after him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Looking to the big tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Snagged in the middle. It's West. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. On 4th down, trying to find his man. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like,
he'll take a shot. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Tigers.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a master class in offensive productivity.
The returner will field it and bring it back. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. This drive will open from the 15. first play of the drive, wants to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. Offense in an empty set. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. It's complete to the left. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. And the Gamecocks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on down. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Handoff to the single back. He breaks the tackle. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11.